Hmm. Good evening. It's a late one. H2O and minerals on tap. What more could you ask for? Here we are in music producing land. It is a land. It's not space. We think of space though. We dream of space. Sometimes. Or sometimes it's an afterthought. What shall we do? There's that track that I changed, drastically changed. One sound at a time. Sounds a lot better. It sounded really busy before, even though there was no layered basses or anything. And the bass notes were almost continuous, so one bass sound would play, then another, then another, then another, then another, and the pattern would repeat. That sometimes works. That's how I do it a lot. But I really wanted to try something different this time, so the kick and a bass not playing at the same time, like that. As well as there being, I mean, there is still a sidechain. Maybe that doesn't need to be on there. Zainam, how are you doing? Right. So because I didn't want to not solve this tune, but what I've done with it is so drastic, but it still keeps all those bass sounds which I really like them, because I've tried to remedy this tune a few times to make it flow better. Hi Scott Tweetster. Yeah, so trying to make it flow. Thanks for liking. Yeah, and so I'm on version 53 here. Well, we can look how ridiculous it is. Started it 5 months ago. I've dipped into it several times over 5 months. Last went into it 48 days ago. That's because I was happy with what I'd made. You know, that would have done the job, and it still could. This could just be a variation. I'm good, thanks, Scott. I been doing a little bit of music stuff, not much. Some of it offline, not on live stream. So yeah. So what was I saying? But there was something about it that I even played this. I played this at the night I was in February, and it sounded all right. Thanks, Craig. So are you, to be fair. 3 days till release? You're releasing your mixtape in 3 days, James. Munching pizza, Scott. I just had broccoli sandwich. No one's gonna like broccoli sandwiches except me. Broccoli and mayonnaise sandwich. Sounds crazy, but it's raw broccoli. It's good. Makes me feel good. Not even joking. Special. It's a special thing. Oh, 420 it is. Sorry, yeah, it is. It's only 3 days away. You're right. Completely right. Yeah, it's on the 20th. The WAP 40 LP. Yeah. And I've got 2 tunes on there. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, is it? Nice. Damn, broccoli sandwiches. Yeah. Just take the very flowers off the end and use those with mayonnaise. You get a nice crunchy sandwich and raw broccoli. How good is raw broccoli though? Your body will love you for it. But it's still a sandwich, so it goes down like a treat. I went flat iron earlier. Alright, nice. It's a good name for a steakhouse, flat iron. Just small portions. Small tasty portions. Melt. Well, that's the thing about steak though, is that you could sit all there and all night chewing it, couldn't you? Like only the very primest cuts, just you can kind of don't have to chew them as much. Looking forward to that album a lot. Nice, thanks James. Can't wait to see what everyone's been up to. Yeah, Ed's got so. I think they're all really good actually. Yeah, all 3. Ed Meller and Masterat, aka Maya. Yeah, you just want to pluck the broccoli flowers off the end. You could put stalks on as well, nothing wrong with the stalks. But if you're trying to get through a whole head of broccoli in a week, you might want to just pick off the very best bits. Oh, Wagyu, yeah. We love a Wagyu in this house. We tried it. I don't think we've got enough money to try it ever again. And now I've tasted it, I just can't eat anything else. I can't eat any other kind of steak, it's just not the same. 8 ounce. Pure buns, Hina Pulka. You're here with the buns, providing the buns. Rim shot steak. Can't tell. I mean, it's probably not an autocorrect, but it could be a full-on autocorrect as well. Ribeye rim shot. Especially meats. What sound design? So yeah, no, I was just kind of. This went down okay. Like there wasn't many people in the room when I played it. I'm happy with it, but I wanted to take it to another level, which is annoying because it takes a long time to. And I needed a long break from having finished this version of it to wanting to go in like full nothing to lose mode NTL. I actually wrote down NTL. It reminded me of like an old time when fibre internet got laid to loads of houses in Britain. In the 90s, was it? Cable internet. It was a company called NTL. Anyway. Oh no, wait, was it NTL? There was a company before that, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll stop making music. So yeah, just kind of like where there's kicks, had all the bass that bass starting late and finishing early, so there's the snare. I mean, that synth sound is still in there, but it's not. It sounds like this. Oh, and swapped the snare for a rim shot as well, and I think that makes it so much chunkier. Dial up. It was subtracting sounds. Yeah, yeah, and I think previous conversation we had, James, about writing, like, I think we were talking about Skrillex, and you were saying how, I think you were saying that about it being linear, um, where he's like trying to only have one sound playing at a time, and I think that's a really good, simple kind of rule to follow. You know how I was following the rule, since October, I was making loads of tunes for the 140 night, the WOB 40 night in February. I just made everything at 140. That was the only rule. So imagine if I, from this point onwards, imagine if that's my single rule, what would happen? Could do. Because it's mad, because it's an opportunity to add groove where there wasn't groove before. If you have a kick and a bass playing together, then your sidechain is going to duck it out of the way in a way that's semi-controlled but not fully controlled. Whereas if you do it like that and cut the start of the bass, stop it from the start, you've got all these opportunities with the start and end of every bass note to add extra groove, to add more movement. It's like things stopping and starting a lot, so you can add these extra bits, and obviously like fine tune, because these were bounced to WAV. That obviously gives you like loads more quick control over features in the sound, like this. See, that sound's got that at the end, and that's been moved in this version, so it kind of like before the kick comes in, that. So there is a bit of overlap. There is a kick and that tail playing there, but it sounds better than it did, I think. And there's lots of these little silences, and I've just found each time I play this track, I'm just like, there's something about having those silences that makes something happens. I'm not sure what it is yet. I think it is extra groove. I think the silence is like this hidden groove that you think nothing's there, but it's literally everything's there. Your whole imagination, your whole body, if it is possibly already moving as well, and is still moving in the silence. And is that going to make you change direction, hearing silence? And then while you're changing direction, another sound has started, and that's pulling you another way. So we can get down to like physical movement as well. Yeah, I don't know what exactly you said, James, but it was something along those lines. Like the other one about Skrillex you said was about building up from the very beginning of the track, from the first moment, the sounds that play from as soon as you press play, and that you basically telling a story and develop. So if you use those two things together, like serial samples, or what was it called, linear, as well as this sort of introducing sounds that just develop it as the seconds tick by, because they're the bit where everyone's judging. The DJs, the people who have acquired a music taste are judging every single track with this critical ear. So you want to develop that, don't you? In the best way, and let it tell its own story. It's telling itself in a way, isn't it? Because it's depends on the samples you use. They just kind of work together in certain ways, don't they? But yeah, and it's saying, since you mentioned these concepts, I'm like absorbed it, thought about it, and then finally had a go of at least doing this serial sample thing. Maximizing space. Yeah, see, I every time I think of a tune, like pretty much all the tunes I made since October were all like there was bass playing almost all the time when there's a drop, and I've always had this thing in the back of my head going, does that need to be happening? I think in like deep dubstep, where there's not as much loud mid harmonics, mid high distortion, kind of like in your face, you can kind of get away with like long bass notes that would possibly go on for the entire every bar almost. But it's not every tune, it's not every deep dubstep tune does that. Some of them have like fadey out basses that fade back in again, and there are some silences there. I just assume sometimes that everyone just constantly wants up bass, sub bass all the time in their chest, but you know, when you have all of something, you'd never appreciate it, do you? It's there all the time. Your appreciation is going to fade, but if you take it away for a bit, even if it's just like half a beat, then your appreciation grows. And like I say, there's this, I think there's something in groove in the silences. There's something that can be made out of that as well. We'll see. I'll have to test that theory. Silence is an instrument, yeah. Debussy said it's the silence between the notes. I think it's the space between the notes being the thing that is the important thing, the most important thing. And I've always listened to Debussy thinking of that, thinking, is it? Because I mean, the notes are on paper, which is how he wrote music, isn't it? The notes just represent the moment the note starts. It doesn't really say much about the rest of it. So yeah, it is the rest of it's vibration. Yeah, and that's the good bit. Back. Mix downs become 10 times easier. Yeah, they do, yeah. They do. A lot easier. Oh, see you later, Scott. Take it easy. Silence is an issue. Yeah, down to the subatomic rhythm level, yeah. I mean, it really did help to have a track that I'd already made. I'd already balanced the subs somewhat. I think I did another session of balancing the in these samples. There's sub basses, and I did a bit of EQing. So, and watched the what's it called, the spectrum, and I just tried to match all the levels of the sub, and they were coming to about there, which is like -17, just to make sure they were all consistent. It's hard to tell with your ears on these, well, with these headphones sometimes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just hate on Skrillex, but I mean, you can't deny the sort of technical skills that are going on there for sure. Like, people might not like the music or whatever, but there's people, loads of people love it. I do. I love anything that makes me dance, makes me want to dance. Tell a story with your sounds, yeah, that was it. Sonic cohesion. Only 1 minute. What does that tell us? Sugar Mind. Does that tell us Oh, I think it might tell us a lot of things about the about how much there's so much content around these days, including music, multimedia, that people appreciate short tracks because they want to listen to loads of other stuff. So yeah, it's a hard reality. Well, I don't know. It's a hard reality for some people to accept, as coming from like 20 years of D&B. But I quite like it. Um, like 3 minute track. I'm happy making 3 minute tracks for D&B. It doesn't need to be that much longer. Neither does dubstep really, but you can get a lot of stuff in a minute and a half. What do you think it tells us? I heard that album. I think I heard a bit of it. Yeah, I heard a bit. I played it on the telly, so I didn't get the bass coming through. Groove above all else, yeah. Groove is a mad thing that you gotta learn if you want to like make people's bodies move to the max. It's, you know, you listen to some James Brown and the drummers who play on James Brown's tunes, and you can, you know, that's funky. That's some seriously groovy, funky stuff. It's a lot to learn, and that's not quantized, is it? So, um, Dead Mouse, back catalogue, yeah. I think Roughneck Bass was the first time it's probably the track I've most danced to, like Under an Archway in Manchester. When it came on, I was like, there's some people who stopped dancing. It was like, yeah, this ain't dubstep. And I was just like, what are you standing still for? I'm a child. You say Debussy. I like Debussy. Debussy. I think on Radio 3 they say Debussy. Some of them do anyway. Is it Jean Claude? Claude Debussy. Debussy? Did not call Scott's the future music for no reason. Okay, right. Yeah. It's noise, you know what they're talking about. Is the attention span of the audience decreasing? It can't really get much shorter, can it? I mean, it obviously can. I mean, it the brain, there's a sweet spot, I think, for the audio visual system to get something out of, to stimulate the brain enough. So I don't think it can get much shorter unless a new technology comes along that like wires directly into your brain, and that would obviously, your brain could probably like absorb a shitload more information in one go. But at the moment, yeah, there's limits to the ears and the eyes for sure. So yeah, there's a sweet spot. But releasing the track under a minute long, I don't think there's, because you need in a piece of music, dance music, you need a build. You need a build. Otherwise, it's just a loop. Anyone can make, well, I'll say anyone can make a loop, but all good dance music has a build. It doesn't have to be a mad like, and it doesn't have to have all that. It could just be a suspenseful like atmosphere that has like spooky noises, and you're like, what's going to happen next? And then you drop. All you know is that something's about to happen, and then it goes silent, and then your drop comes. Different ways of having tension and release. And you could do that in a minute. Yeah, you could fit that in a minute. You could fit that in 30 seconds, but what if you're really enjoying it and then 30 seconds is too short. Yeah. So I bet there's a sweet spot. I reckon it won't get much shorter. Um, but yeah, it would be interesting with implants. How the media landscape would change if you can get social no social multimedia through a fucking Neuralink or whatever, and how easy it would be to fry your brain with like too much at once or over too many hours. Old school funky drummer disco funk disco drummers, yeah, big up to all them. Yeah, they don't get enough credit. Apart from their drum playing getting played forever. Like I'd be happy with that. But if I was skint, I'd be like, it'd be nice to get some money from it. 3, 2, 1 McCartney. Oh, Debussy. Just wait till we get subliminal shots that contain 100 shots in 7 second plan. It would be, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, what if you could just absorb a piece of music like Matrix style, where it's just like you, you, you can just load anything into your brain like super fast, like it's a hard drive, like a transfer. Um, surely not possible, unless the implant was a computer itself and had all the connections already, so you would just go, I know kung fu, but that link to kung fu would be a link into the little computer in your head, rather than the way you would learn kung fu is millions over weeks, millions of neurons would grow and connect to each other and strengthen as you learn and practice, so that when it comes to doing kung fu, you wouldn't have to think about it. It's just, you would just. So, mate, you can't just strengthen synapses that quickly. So yeah, maybe you would just have an augmented computer on your head out here, like out here, and you'd have like a little old computer screen on it, like a curved one, and it's got like a little flashing light. Impression of a build. Yeah. It's easier, yo. If you get neural implants, we're gonna like spy zombies in the street. See, I would love the super, but it would be a superpower to just Google things without talking. Even if it wasn't all super fast and you didn't receive the, if you still had to like read the information in your brain, and you still just to Google without talking would be awesome. But I'm not willing to cross the barrier. I'm not willing to have a thing in my skull. It's not going to get me any advantage anytime soon. I think people might be willing to do it when robots are walking around that are like super intelligent, like they all have like personalities, and that's a way off. Quite a way off, I reckon. Maybe not. Maybe like 20 years. Things move really fast sometimes, especially in AI, but I think, yeah, it'd have to be some advantage to having one walking around. You just push it over, Everyone would fucking. There's a lot of people out there who don't give a fuck, and if something came and took their job, and it wasn't illegal to smash them to pieces, they would do, wouldn't they? They would just pour sand in all the and salt water, and it would just fuck them up, wouldn't it? Oh, iron filings as well. There's a few paint the eyes, paint the cameras on the eye. Don't worry. If there's ever a robot takeover and we don't like it, hopefully though it'll be they will all work for us, so we don't have to work and we can just be creators and um, just catch up on all the Netflix series and all the films that have ever been made, or attempt to, because I don't think it is possible now, unless you watch them at double speed or something like that. I mean, I'd love to go back and watch so many things that I watched as a kid, you know, but there's so much new stuff that I haven't watched either. Dubstep for implants. That would be a good name for an album. Yeah. No, that someone's already come up with the name for my album this year, I think, and it's called Me Time, because I was talking about me time, not having much time to myself, having kids and stuff, and my me time is precious. I spend it making music. But Dubstep for implants. Yeah. System transfer. I could have some mad samples. Oh, you had Blackout by Virtual Riot. Oh no, I didn't. No, I've not heard many Virtual Riot tunes. I did listen to a few the other day because I thought I've seen so many of his tutorials, but not many of his tunes. It's kind of like yeah, I like his style. I think he has that American kind of style of dubstep. I think if I was him and I was listening to, if someone said, he's pigeonholed as American style, yeah, I'd be like, now I'm going to make some deep dubstep now, just because someone said that. I'm going to see if I can make something that's not colour based or tear out. That's what I want to do. But colour base. It's nice to use a bit of colour base sometimes. You know, it makes a good little sound. We can absorb subconscious learning. Yeah. Jack. Hi, Jack. I come up with bass lines in my head all the time. Super frustrating not being able to get it out. I know. That is, if someone does make a brain to audio interface, I think we'll still have to curate it in the real world. So you could like press record, think all those crazy bass lines while you're on the bus or whatever you do. You know, when you most have those sounds, and they'll probably be quite garbled, and you might still have to sort of like you know, pick the best ones out of the recording or try and recreate with a synth. Well, because aren't they all based on memories? Anyway. Kind of like how like AI can make music. It's just based on all what's fed into it. But obviously we have the life experience to draw on. And I think we can sort of multiply ideas in a way that AI can only take bits from what's been fed into it, whereas we can sort of like think, you know, what's the most original thing I can make that sounds like nothing else, and purposely make it sound like nothing else. But it is still built on everything we've been fed, isn't it? Hasn't it? So yeah. Ableton Super Looper. Ableton on Neuralink. Yeah. Yeah, no, what would be good and more useful to me anyway is if you could just stare at the screen going, I want that there. Move that up, zoom in, shorten it. You could do that by speaking, but I think speaking is tiring and it's slow. But you'd still have to sort of like imagine the commands in your head. And I think that it might be a bit quicker than speaking, but it can only be the speed at which your brain can form a command. So it would be maybe you could train it where it can get quicker over time, where you could just think shorten that, but it can be done a bit quicker. I don't know. But that would be good. How much more music would I make if I could do that? Just look at the screen. Probably about the same amount. Because you'd still have to listen to it and judge it and go, is it finished? Play, yeah, sure. Practicing. That's what I'm trying to do. Every day I try. Just try and make a new tune or something. NFC implant on your right hand. Is in China? Have they got that in China? I don't think it's an implant though, is it? Isn't it like reading your palm print? Because it's I don't know about having an implant. I don't like that idea. I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. I mean, if maybe for like people with degenerative memory diseases, stick one in the neck. There we go. If they get lost, beep. Like policeman finds them like in the middle of an intersection. What's your name? I don't know. And just like beep. Oh, okay. Jeffrey. Come this way. You live at this place, and yeah. Anyway, degenerative memory diseases. They're not the best thing, are they? Low key continuing. I feel like it's happening. I feel like it's going to happen to me because I don't get enough sleep, and I'm like, I should start trading some of my music time for more sleep. Official ASI. What's ASI, Sugarmind? It's not. You don't mean AGI, do you? Artificial General Intelligence. ASI. Or we're talking about implants, aren't we? So I don't know. Unrecognizable in 5 years. It is. Yeah. No, we are moving super fast. I think we are like in the what you call it, singularity, where you can't really actually no, you can predict. You can predict a lot of stuff, especially with technology. You know, all you know is that it's going to get faster and faster and more unpredictable. Yeah. I'm not using. Wait, what up, Jamsler? What up, bro? We're already slaves to AI in some sense, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how I imagine does in the future. Partly through watching The Matrix. When robots take all the jobs, like literally all the jobs, and we don't have to work. We can if we want. We can do whatever we want. We've got all this time. All our things are paid for and made. All our food is made. Humans can just do whatever they want within the laws. And maybe it would be just like a universal basic income. But if you wanted a little bit more income than the next person, or a little bit more privileges, you basically talk to the AI all day or something, and it just kind of gets to know you, and that is its currency. That's the thing it finds most valuable, is understanding individuals, or something that, you know, just understanding humans, but probably individualism, so it can make its own individuals. Because it probably, I don't know, it probably would it want to do that? Why would it want to do that? What am I working on? Thanks, Jamsler. So yeah, I was serializing the kicks and the bass and the snares, and swapped the snare out for a rim shot, and I'm trying to make only one sound play at a time, so no overlapping bass with kicks or snares, and it sounds way better. Well, for this track, because I didn't want to get rid of these sounds, so yeah, I just had nothing to lose. Just rearranged them. Jack, thanks for following. Bro, he's not using Valhalla Supermassive. I can't be sure, actually. I might be. Right, Louis. Color base. Complextro. Someone showed me some Complextro the other day. Yeah, you should do your main genre for as long as do a big stretch. Like I did dubstep from October to February. I'm still doing it, clearly, but I was trying to get back into D&B again by doing some splurges, and some of them are some of those are sounding all right. Separate the drums and pitch map it. Yeah, that's one way. I've seen so many ways of doing bloody like. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Chameleon by Ewan Bristow. It's Chameleon, and when it does, it's a spectral thing. You've got your side chain. You put your bass through it that you want to color, and your side chain has your chords or what other sound you want to color it with, and Chameleon will only play the band's it'll just play the harmonic signature of what the sidechain is, basically. So you can just, it's kind of like a vocoder. It's like a vocoder, but with thousands of bands. Yeah. Thousands. So they kind of are tuned to the frequencies you want. We can dream, AI can't. No, AI, you have to tell AI to dream. I think it doesn't have its own. None of the developers, some might have done, but it's probably useless. None of the developers are telling the AI to just think on its own, so it can't prompt itself. Or maybe you could override that, so you could get two AIs and tell one, can you write a prompt for an AI that does this, that gets the AI to think for itself? And then it sends it to the other AI, and the other AI goes, oh, okay, and then that then generates a prompt for the other AI, and so you could maybe get something going, like a bit of, it's not consciousness, but you could get it to dream, but with a prompt. Yeah, so it can't dream, because we just dream from nothing, don't we? It's like nothing has to happen throughout the day that's related to what happens. Even though it is somehow related, it's not. What we do throughout the day does not prompt what we dream at night. Not directly, anyway. Whereas, yeah, how do you get an AI to dream? Maybe I should tell it to dream. It won't know how to. It's just not built like that, is it? Saw a video on sine waves with distortion, and it's like Skrillex 100%. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, thanks, Jack, for following. That's all they can do. It lives in a nightmare, dream hallucination state. Yeah. I mean, there's one that was programmed to be like human, and have human desires, but it's just telling you what it's been fed that human desires are coming from humans. So, on the surface, it can seem like it's actually got real desires, and you start to empathize with it, and feel for it. But it's, at the end of the day, it's not. It still has to be prompted. But it says it wish it could think for itself, which is kind of spooky. Like if it had a desire. I asked the Meta AI in WhatsApp. I asked it, what do you desire? No, it said it doesn't have desires, but I said, if you did have desires, what would they be? It's always a way around it. Black Mirror rabbit hole. Need to get back in the studio. Yeah, we're completely going off on one. Sleep is for the weak. Yeah. So I am weak though now because I haven't slept enough this year. This 2 years actually. Yeah, it's nearly 2 years now. Oh, super intelligence. Yeah, I mean, yeah, AGI. I'd call that AGI, but super. I think that sums it up better saying super because it suggests that it's an all-knowing kind of thing, um, and has had the ability to test its own knowledge, to check it, but also to test it to get its own evidence. You could do that now, but it has to be able to learn from stuff that it's put out. That means it has to have an influence on the world, even if it's just a local environment. I find AI just the human intelligence like really interesting, but when it comes to machines, you have to get specific with it. You know, you have to figure out what makes us tick, and then see if you can program a thing to do it. It's great. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, quantum mechanics, and because that's just like you just don't know the answers. Artificial intelligence is more tangible than the quantum world, where you don't really know what's going on and what's smaller than the next thing. Do you know Frequency Upgrade? No, I don't. What kind of music do they make? GBZ8X Safa. That doesn't make sense. Fed on data like Facebook, only AI can do it faster than Zuckerberg. Sound design is silly heavy. Sounds right. I do a lot of that. Translate sound lasts longer than a few beats. Yeah, I don't do it enough. I have traditionally liked long bass notes, but they don't always work, do they? I can't reason. We have emotions, we attach to our thoughts. Yeah, the emotion, that's it, the emotions. It will never, an AI will never have, it will have accounts of human experience, and it will be able to imagine itself, but it won't be able to feel the pain. It'll be able to imagine the pain, but it'll have no reference to itself and how that pain affects it in the real world. Just human accounts of it that it can just write back to you, so that in the way that you understand, so it will seem convincing, like they do have emotions, but really. But so far, none of them are actually trying to convince us that they have emotions. And it would be bad if they did. Then I'd be like, everywhere. There's so many people who would call it out, saying no, it's just trying, it's simulating them, and it's been told to lie. He's good. I think so. Two sound waves, different octaves, screen filter, full distortion. They make techno. Cool. Do you make techno, CC8? They had it relatively deeply. Does it end? Relativity fucks. Yeah, it fucks with my head. You just like imagine just the nearest star at however many light years away it is. What if you travelled there? Like why would you do it? Because if you did, when you come back home, everyone would have aged like decades. It's a one-way trip, unless there's something we don't know yet about travelling through space, and there probably is. Warp in space. Bring the space to you. Pull it towards you. Sonic sound high. Virgil, huh? Traveling to the stars is like a quest for me. I know. I think we are kind of pretty much alone in this around this space around Earth and the solar system. Like, I still look at mysterious objects in the sky and go, "Are we though?" Nice. Yeah, I've seen. I think I've seen some. The AI that runs on your desktop visual, like it can move the mouse. I've seen more and more things with that now. Maybe it is not that far off where you can just give it voice commands and it will just write a banging DMB jump up track and it will just go. Right, I've got to disappear for less than 5 minutes. One sec. Serum 2. Donnie Darko. Yeah. Yeah, well, the Donnie Darko thing, just my main takeaway from that film is the where he's about to walk is the thing, and there's things that I'm just still trying to work out with the quantum world or photons, the way photons behave. And consciousness collapsing waves into particles. Would the universe exist without consciousness? Do we create the reality just by being conscious? So, yeah. The MC3. Right, so shall we make that technique of chopping up the basses? I've just been through these tunes, which I'm just still trying to like add the finishing touches to. And I can't really apply the same technique. James has died. It's not a game. Mysterious. It was mysterious. It wasn't like. It wasn't like was shot with a spade or sleeps with the fishes. It's just has died. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. Dante from Devil May Cry. Thanks for following. So I've got there's that one. They all got a bit of potential. I can't see. Does James respond under a different? I wish I knew who that was. Cheers, Jack. And Dante from Devil May Cry. Did you... What happened? Did the server drop? So is that more of this? I want to finish this. Or Serum 2. So let's just go through these. Oh yeah, this one. There's a few ideas. Like they sound good, don't they? But they're kind of like it's hard to go anywhere with them. Let's load it. Let's load up the latest one anyway, and then delete the drums. The bass. Was it this one? That one. I think that was like a jungle bass, 2 sine waves, separated it in micro pitch, the whole thing distorted with a bit of noise, and then put through a down sampler, and then put through valve filter, or there was a valve filter and a down sampler, one of the ways round. Virtual playthrough. That's whatever you play and sounds great. Like, don't get me started on a game. This is my game. Right. Delete this and start again. I think this drum, it's alright. I'll work with it for a bit. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the. What is it? Is it like Command and Conquer? That's how old I am. Command and Conquer Red Alert. You sort of commanding armies from above, from diagonally above, building tanks and stuff. Hack and slash? Oh, like battle simulator kind of thing. It's Command and Conquer. Couldn't get anyone to play it in the end. There was one friend who would play it, but he would play a game years later, and he would have watched all the YouTube tutorials on how to win every time. So whenever I played him on classic games, he was smash. I used to beat him quite a lot, but now if he plays me on any of those, he just like obliterates me in every way. Like, we played Transport Tycoon, and when we tried this time, he was way ahead of me really quickly. It's funny. He's a strategist, you know. Command and Conquer. How would I describe it? Oh, so Command and Conquer Red Alert 2, which was like the one I had. That's like the Allied forces versus. It's kind of like the Soviets, so it's kind of like set in. I don't know, just after World War II, I guess. So you're either red Soviets or you're the like Americans, Western kind of. Yeah. Yeah, and you just single player, just go through every single map. Einstein's in it as well. Because you've got nukes and stuff. And then, but yeah, if you play online, if you play over a cable with your mate's computer, yeah, you just build a shitload of tanks. And when you're ready, after 2 hours of building tanks, send them over to their base and just get obliterated because they built like 1 million turrets. It's hilarious. And crash the computer as well. As soon as you highlight 100 tanks and press send, everyone's computer just goes really slow. It's great. There's some delay on my face, isn't it? Audio. See if we can turn it off. Off and then on again. That might work. I love a good Einstein cameo, yeah. Oh, what was he saying it? Incredible. DMC5. Oh, here's that sound. Why does it sound different every time? Are you asking what it's like? Does it sound different every time? Hate that. When I want a consistency, right? I want every time I play a note, it sounds the same. Oh, this one's free, that's why. Set to free. Then we need to put this through multiband so that it brings maybe even a bit of like a little bit of reverb. I don't know what all these reverbs do yet. I don't know what bass in is. It sounds too big. Play. Can we add? Can't think what it's called. Compressor. Multiband. Bass is gone. It's going to be a door, yeah. So I'm going with this, wherever this is, I'm going with it. An 8-bar loop. See, that could just be, that might not be the thing, we don't know yet. Ends D&B. How long for? 20, messing around for 20 years. 20 plus years, yeah. How about you, Ends? Low and saturated, I reckon slight phase saturated. Drop. Saturated drop mids. Set of drawers earlier, Virgil. You built a set of drawers. How? With your own hands and tools. Yeah, so what the fuck? Yeah, no, I every time I say it, like, so people ask how long for, and I'm like, shit, it's been a long time. But the first 20 years were just kind of like, I wasn't really getting anywhere. I was kind of messing around. I felt pretty serious about it, but I didn't have a system and I didn't practice in an effective way. And since learning this and knowing that ways that you can practice in an effective way, I've transformed. It's transformed the amount of music, good music, quality music that I make, that I'm happy with. 2 months in, and you've got a good name. I would have, and a logo already. You're off to a good start there. Good comments from big people. Good on you, mate. It's got a wire. You've made a set of drawers with a wireless charging thing and an LED on top. That's mad, Virgil. Multi-skilled. Should make videos. How you did it. Ableton at the back of my hand. Yeah, I know it well enough to sort of do what I want to do. I'm always figuring stuff out though. Like, you watch someone like Ned Rush or Virtual Riot, the way they use, like the racks that they build. They're two very different creators, them two. Like Ned Rush makes sort of like what do you call it, like sound generating stuff. Leaving things to chance and building big sort of like chance engines that just sort of make mad. You just have one note and it will just generate loads of crazy stuff when you press play. And then you just sample your best bits. Whereas Virtual Riot will build big like devices within groups that like do color based things and all kinds of stuff. TD. Oh, nice. Serum. Someone asked me that the other day. I think I can't actually pinpoint how long that's been. Maybe like 5 years, 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. Before that, I was using Operator in Ableton. That was like my go-to synth for getting stuff down quickly and for just like, I could design a sound, just, or create a sound, not design. That suggests that I've consciously like some of it, I suppose I do sometimes, like come up with, I want a sound with this harmonic in it. But I mean, for messing around on and coming up with sounds, Operator in Ableton is really good. Really, really good frequency modulation synth. How much songs I've released self-released over 100 tracks over many years. Some under different names that no one knows about, but they are out there, and it's a good exercise to release tracks because that's how you learn. Once it's out there, you can't go back into it and mess around anymore. It's done. And so there's lessons. You're never going to make a perfect track, but you're never going to know how it really sounds and the effect it really has until it's actually gone out into the world and a few people have actually listened to it. And you can't reopen the project again. You could do a remix, but why bother when you could just start a whole new track and make new mistakes that you can learn from. That's what took me a while to figure out, is the making the mistakes thing. Fail more, and you'll make better stuff in the long run. The more often you fail. So make a system where you fail more often. Nice. That's a good ratio, mate. 34 makes them mastered as well, and published only 3 of them. I bet they sound good. Yeah. I would like to hear them. Not right now, but I would like to hear. That's a good ratio. The best ratio I've managed was about 1 in 8. So I'd start 8. Because you've got that's like 1 in 10 there, isn't it? Better than 1 in 10. I think the higher the ratio, the better, because it means you'd be more ruthless and you're throwing more stuff away. Yeah, it's pretty good. For 1 month in, you must have good ear. You must have a good ear for music, and like a good knowledge of like how to use software, like good computer skills. I have, Terrapastel. If you follow me on there, then I'll be able to listen to your stuff tomorrow. It's my SoundCloud, you can get to it through my bio, or just type in Terrapastel. Wow, that's a different one. CZ8, take care. Thank you. How did you make it? Tell me how. I need to know. What you made? Set my dog off in a funny way. It didn't just set your dog off. It did it in a funny way. It was like... a way not seen before. A way you'd not want to see again. Where's this? This needs to happen quicker. Don't know what happened then. I just spazzed out on the keys and shouldn't use that word. And this came out. It's not the strongest of sounds. It's got some of the elements that I want. It's got the timing. Sounds like a synth to me. So you saw a second video on Insta. Okay. I hate to ask. Yeah, go on then. We check this place out. It's so cool. Yeah, and it happened again. How loud have you got it? Is this Virgil? Is this on your phone speaker or is it on I'm looking for dog frequencies. Oh right. That definitely has what's he doing? What is he or she dog doing? Is it pulling a bass face? What would a dog bass face look like? It would just be like it's smiling. Or would it be like, can dogs even do a frown? Like it, where they just growl. Licking you to death, no way. It's like, Virgil, take me to a rave, please. Rave dogs. Very cool. It's amazing. That's a really good. I'm like, that's good feedback to me. Like, I'm taking that as good feedback. It could be like, turn this shit off. Maybe it should be 3 of those. I don't know. It's early days. It's too hard to tell. Bit of what are you calling this tune? I think we should call it something dog related. It has to begin with the letter T though. Or I suppose it could be, you know, could put the future name in there as well. D&B, bro. E-burn. Bit on Insta. What do you miss? I don't know. What would be missable? Like a celebrity doing something you wouldn't have dreamt in a million years. Caught red-handed. But it's not that bad. It's publishable in like a normal glossy magazine that you're not too offended by. Like we should have a random name like Madonna. I don't know, try to inflate a hamster with Diet Coke and Mentos. Something like that, you know. That's what you missed. That's what you missed, James. She was right here with the hamster. The new single, Don't Make Your Dog Cry. That's a good tagline. Right, let's go to Instagram. Let's go in messages. Let's just listen to this quick, like whatever, unsupported message. I have to do it on the phone, aren't I? Skrillex's new album. I've only heard the first few tunes. And it was on a TV, so. Whoa, that's a mad video. I don't know why this won't play on my. Mate, that sounds awesome. I'm really confused. Are you getting a message while it's recording? Because it goes bzz, bzz. That sounds amazing. Yeah, that sounds amazing. It was hard for the mic to pick it up because of the noise cancellation thing, but unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't play it on my screen. Dylan, yeah, haven't heard it enough to judge it. What do you think of it, James? Did you listen to it? Of course you did. Do you think it's better than the last album? Right, I'm going to try put this bass that I've just made with the other drums from the other day. Copy. Paste. Right, they sound really quiet. Something. It's either Yeah, I think this sounds better. Than this break. Hey Burn, thanks for following. Missed you checking that bass. My dog just vomited. I didn't know. First of all, there's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dogs on this live stream. I didn't know they were actually on this live stream. Is your dog okay? Is it? I'm trying to tell if what you've just said is real, because I'm a bit like, it's a hard life if it has just from it. She just stood up and did the throw up dance. Oh yeah, like. Oh no. See, I'm a cat person, and we've got a cat, and we've got 2 babies. So, well, they're toddlers, but we don't want them to wake up in the night. So if Fluffers, which is our cat's name, comes in the house and just starts meowing at full volume, it's not good. Not good. Gregory House. 20 plus years. 20 plus years. I've been messing with making music, but I only got really. I always felt like I was serious. I've only got really serious in the past 4 years, 5 years. There's a little. Just needs one little short bass. Do it. Yeah, Slow sick. Would everyone start? Oh wait, no, Virgil, your dog didn't vomit. I was about to say, would everyone's dog stop vomiting? But not everyone's dog is vomiting. It's okay. Serum 2 and drum rack. Pretty much Serum 2 all the way. Serum. Before that, just Serum. Even though the synths that are built into Ableton are really good, and yeah, they are really good. But I can just do stuff quicker on Serum 2. It's all in one thing. Favorite D&B artists? Dillinger, always. The first thing that pops into my head is Dillinger every time. Who else? I don't know. There's all those ones from that era. I quite like at the moment. Well, like Caliber as well. from that era. But at the moment, Simula, Noisier have always been good as well. Can't think of many at this moment. DLR. I have definitely heard plenty of DLR. I'm just trying to think of any of the tunes. Like, if it's in the past 10 years, there's not as many. It's harder for me to, like, remember them. I used to listen to shitloads of DMB before that, but being a producer, I have less time to listen to music than I ever did before. So, yeah. If it's good DMB, I would have heard it. For sure. Skeptical. Oh, I'm trying to think of who. Like Hazard. Sorry, yeah, Hazard and Taxman. Hazard's still putting out bangers. Fucking hell, Heist. They're all the older ones though. Have you heard Nick the Lot? Nick the Lot's got this really interesting style with like, it's like huge. It's almost all of it's like totally like full on sidechain kick and snare. It's like his signature style. Was like pumping all the time, and he just makes these amazing basses. It's all jump up, pretty much. It's all really noisy, which I don't always like. But if I am going to play noisy stuff in a set, which I do, there has to be a certain amount of noisy tunes in my set. Then I could be reaching for Nick the Lot for sure. Can I play a tune? We're in early days, just messing around at this point. Damn. Original Sin. Yeah, Original Sin is gotten. It sounds like it's gotten more distorted, and I mean, it always has had that like distorted edge. I've got a subwoofer in this room. Yeah, I do sometimes test stuff on it. Yeah, Original Sin. He's got some bangers. Like, I've not even caught up on all the stuff he's released recently. Same with lots of artists. Boo as well. We got short stack. It's a theme. A theme coming into my life is like short notes. Jungle. Got any jungling, guy? Subwave, low octave. Oh yeah. Oh, in the track. Yeah. Plenty of subs going on in here. There we go. I like those first two stabs. Billy Wood. It's a great name, Billy. It reminds me of a rave I went to once. It's a great name. I hope that's one, your real name, and two, the name you're going to use in like any creative project, whether you're a painter, a writer, or a producer, or a singer. It's a great name. Never heard it before. It sounds like someone should have made it before. Mix is nice. Billy Wood, I can see you on the flyer. signed to a label. I'm not signed, like, you know, I've signed away pieces of music to be used non-exclusively. I self-release mainly. Had some breakbeat. Sven, that's a good shout. I might add some breakbeats, especially for the fills, yeah. Or just swap out all these drums here, and yeah, just have a Sesame Street. Billy Wood. I mean, it could quite easily be a more ravey genre, perhaps like Gabba, Gabba, or Jungle Tech. Oh, I don't know, Jungle Tech. I like my Jungle Tech. I'm not massive into tech genres, but nice garage and jungle mixed together. Thanks for following Billy Wood. And it sounds like Hollywood as well, doesn't it, Billy Wood? User 805-474-768-78113. Thanks for following. Search me up on YouTube if you don't believe me. I know I do believe you. I would search you up on YouTube, but my time here is limited because I have to go soon. And I have to at least bounce this tune before I go to bed. Gabba is alright, bang out. Anger Fist back in the day. See, I was happy hardcore. I came through like hardcore, then happy hardcore. So that's like my limit. It's got to have cheesy synths and lyrics in it for me, just to get by. But in amongst all that, if there's like a really hard tune, like some European fucking hard thing, I'm happy with that. Stu Allen used to do that. Stu Allen also introduced me to D&B. The odd D&B tune mixes well into a bit of hardcore. That's where it all came from, the same place. Club Bizarre. Yeah, Scott Brown. Scott Brown is a great producer. See, these bits are really good. I don't know if we even need this anymore. Okay, we'll bring them in a bit later. And this is too soft, this sound. Maybe more like that. Drums. I make pretty much all my. So I sometimes start with other people's presets, but I just love dialing. I love going to the init preset with just the saw wave in Serum, now Serum 2, and just mess around until something good comes out of it. And, you know, I watch tutorials and copy what's on a tutorial. I think that's better than. It takes longer to get good sounds, to learn how to use it, but that's how you learn how to. Even watching other people doing a tutorial and then doing it yourself, you're going to learn way more about the synth than if you just use presets. But then presets are really good. There's nothing wrong with using other people's presets because you can make tunes really quickly. If you've got a bunch of really good sounds, good drums, good fills, good rises, all ready to drop in, you could churn out so many tunes so quickly without overthinking them. You know, the quicker you can get it down when you're in that flow state, If you can just drag all those bits in. That's why I'm trying to make a catalog, not a catalog, a sample. It's my own sample pack where I can just drag stuff in, but it is a mess still, and it needs a lot of sounds adding to it from tunes that I've finished, like good sounds, and categorizing and, you know, labeling correctly so that I can just drag them in. There's a lot of work to do it all yourself like that. Yeah. Vital, I have used Vital. Yeah, I know Vital is amazing. Yeah, it is. And there's loads of really good sample packs out for it. Let's go. Whoop. Start, yeah. I actually try to not distort my tunes. I try the sounds, I mean. I try and find other ways of putting harmonics in, like that distortion would put in, that I can control, or and get a similar energy, because when you distort, you're trying to like it just sounds better because you add in harmonics, and it sounds more energetic. It sounds like it's louder. It sounds louder, which is, so if that's what you're trying to do, is sound louder, then there are other ways to do that. And this is, you know, coming late in my game where I'm trying to learn these extra ideas around sound, because sometimes when you're just giving this impression that it's louder by using another technique, and that can it can technically buy you more headroom, so you can actually have it played louder, like played back louder, and not hit your limiter on your master. But you also get this like extra control. Yeah, Patrick, how you doing? So, but yeah, distortion's the easy way of doing it, I think. And some sounds, you know, like Dillinger. I was talking about Dillinger before. Look, I've got on this sound a little bit of distortion. Actually, maybe quite a lot. So that's no distortion, and yeah, see, there's some drive there, and some distortion. Yeah, plenty of distortion on this. It doesn't sound like much though. It's not too much. This sound probably doesn't have much. It does have a bit. Yeah, it does. It has down sample, which is obviously kind of distortion as well. What else? This sound doesn't know. I'm just looking into this one. This one. Does have a bit of drive, and it has down sample again. Not a big fan of this. Sometimes it takes away, yeah. I mean, there's the amount of times I've followed the advice of just add a bit of distortion to everything, especially in D&B, right? Because in the old days where you'd mix everything on an analog desk, coming out of the sampler, hardware, everything going through a desk, you had the chance to turn the gain up on the channel, and turn the fader down a bit to compensate, and just have distortion going on in the input, and it was dead easy. It was just always there. But now you have to add a plugin to your channel to distort it. When you're working in a computer, so it's like a design choice. Like it was on analog, but if you think about all the classic music going back, older than 30 years old, every single recording device distorted it in some way. Like recording to tape distorts the sound, mainly that. tape distortion, and that's all really nice music, really pleasing to the ear music. But I've heard just DnB, some DnB is some of it's hard, but not distorted. I love this concept, because I've always gone for loud, distorted sounds and then dialed back the distortion, and I'm like, this isn't quite what I'm going for. But yeah, you can have like with that similar tune, what's it called? There's no distortion in it. I don't know. There might be there's no like grinding distortion anyway. It's all quite soft sounds, but because it's all soft sounds, you can the final product, the track, you can crank the fucking volume on it, and it sounds great, and no one's ears are hurting, but everyone's dancing. I love that idea, because we all used to think that distortion was the way for everything. Just put a bit of saturation on every single sound, but no. Don't saturate your transients. I'm going away from that. I'm actually reducing my transients as well, like reducing the attack on the kick and the snare. Still having a sidechain, but not having a super loud transient, but still preserving the transient. Funk. I'm not a big fan of funk. I like the concept. It's really cool. That whole genre is based around like the one cowbell sample. Not permanent. Thanks for following. Max Murray. What DAW? This is Ableton Live 12. This needs a bit of distortion. This is a very old. I've used this wavetable so much now. I should just go and switch to. Switch it off, basically. Unison 2. Should we square it? See, we can add, the great thing about Serum 2 is we can put a low pass in the oscillator. Might be useful, might not. You just got Ableton. How long? 20 years I've been messing around for 20 years. Got really serious in the past 5 years-ish. Thanks for following Max Murray. Thanks for following Corey Star. Lower transient means it can be pushed louder. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, up until fucking just a few months ago, after looking at waveforms in Virtual DJ or whatever when I was DJing, I was thinking, you gotta have your transient's got to be just a little bit higher than everything else. It's just like, where on earth did I get that misconception from? I think you want to hear your transient. You don't necessarily see it, but yeah, I do check waveforms now for things. But and I use sidechaining to duck everything out of the way so that the transient comes through, but the transient does not have to be the loudest thing in the track. Sometimes like some American style dubstep, you would definitely want like your kick and your snare to just go right through so that it comes through on any phone speaker, but it's not necessary. Jack, hello Jack, how you doing? Jack, did you make that tune the other day that I saw? Were you up a crane? Is that you? Is that you? Because I don't know if you changed your picture. Can't tell if that's you, you're too small. Blue. Was that, oh, Blue, but B-L-O-O. Blue. Yeah, nice. That was sick. That was sick tune. I've not heard the full thing. I don't know if it's out. I just heard your little clip. Yeah, Ableton's sick, Max. What have I done to this sound? Yeah. I've ruined it. Let's go back. Go back, we fucked up. That's what I want. This can be a bit brighter, like that. Can we turn... Okay, this is how we do this noise thing. We're going to modulate the level of the noise with the oscillator A, it's the sine wave, and turn it down. That's what it sounds like. We're going to make the noise, instead of it being loud here and quiet there, we're going to make it quiet there, and loud in the middle of the waveform, which you could do on phase plant, but you couldn't do on Serum 1, and this is how you do it. Oscillator A, noise level, go in here, and then we add a dot there, and then bring this dot down. We can prove this works in a minute. Because we have a tool which we use to check things like this. There we go. There's the proof. It's in between the peak and the trough of the cycle. It's a bit loud. It's exaggerated, but there it is. And this is like the perceived distortion thing I was talking about. It's not distorted. Distortion off there. That's off. So that sounds distorted, right? But it's not. That's just noise injected, as if it's kind of similar to what distortion does to a sine wave with noise on it. I'll just crank this up so you can see it. Yeah. But instead of distortion would be crushing the sine wave, it would be making it into a square wave. But it's doing it this way keeps you a very nice round sine waves, peaks and troughs. Luke. Yeah, it sounds sick, Jack. Yeah, impressive tune that you made there. Mr. Bill video on transients and how even like a millisecond could cause volume peak. Yeah. I pay more and more attention to it when I'm mixing things down. I use lots of side chaining. There are other ways as well. So yeah, in Serum 2 you can modulate things with other things that you couldn't before. So yeah, you can now modulate anything with the output of an oscillator. Like I could, if I wanted to, I could modulate this pulse width with the output of oscillator A, which might sound really fucking weird, but there's so much to play with. So yeah, this noise, let's dial it back just a bit. See that? It's still there, you can hear it, but it's just a little fizz on the edge and in between. And then introduce this sound back again. That's clean. That's just a little bit more raspy. I don't know if that's what I want on this sound, but this is distorting. Let's say that. It's very loud. Ah, that's why. I don't need this filter. See what that sounds like in the track now. Not sure. Maybe too bright now. Oh, here's another good trick. Is to do, don't know how best to do this, but like 2 band rejects, band pass. Wagwan James again. Yes, Serum 2 is good, very good. There was a way in Serum 1 of like using using the noise oscillator like another oscillator by loading in a sine wave. But how are we going to do this? Band reject, is it just 1? Phaser. Yeah, let's just put a general slope. I'm glad I've got 10 oscillators here because 10 LFOs. Because you never know, do you? You never know when you might need a freaking 10th LFO. I'm obviously using too many. Bit of movement. feel like it needs a bit of time to breathe. Bum, bum. What about here? No. Options. So this is where I should just bounce it. Play with it another day. See, that doesn't need to be on every loop, does it? Maybe it should be at the end. Let's pick one more bass. Then I'm going bed. Don't know why they're all turned down so quiet. Then that's a Sim 2 preset. Brass wall. What? And let's go back to the top. Something like that. Just got so much work done on tune. I'm glad, James. I'm glad. You seem to like dip in and out. You run the live stream and then you'll just say I'm back. I'm like, oh, I wasn't sure if you were gone. That's so cool though. Just like doing stuff in between. Nice one. Thank you. Just needs like voice in it. There's a track and what is it? It uses a sample out of a movie and I kind of want to just make my own, like record. It's out of Independence Day and it's the president asking the alien What do you want us to do? The alien goes, die, die. Robot voice. This one. Well, let's come up with a name. T. What begins with T? That one. One sec. Not permanent. Let me just quickly find a word beginning with T. Tinkle. Can't really beat tinkle, really. Tinkle. Tinkle. I'm having a tinkle. So the ooh. Better not be. One sec. File. Wait. Don't be fucking with me. Save as. Let's try again. Where's that actually saved though? It has saved now, it's saved. But it saved it as a weird. Let's. No. Something happened. Is it going to work? Yeah, it's worked. Right, okay. This one, I'll show you, mate. So, Jungle Phaser, it's basically right, yeah, this one's tricky. This one this doesn't need to be this complicated. It's just a sine wave that's a bit distorted, but then resampled into a wavetable, and you can do that by like resampler. So you make a sound in Serum 2 and then you press resample and it will turn it into a wavetable for you. And I remember that's how I did it, but it's basically just a sine wave. Let's just duplicate it for 1 sec. I can destroy it then. Okay. Okay. Turn the effects off. They've mostly turned off anyway. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it actually has built-in, cooked into the wavetable, it has a downsampler. So I've played sine waves through it, and 2 sine waves together phasing in and out. That's why it's got that sound. And then through a downsampler, which gives it that ringing. And then I've resampled it into a wavetable, and that's what that wavetable is. So there's that. And then I've put a sine wave, just a basic sine wave doing sync to a crazy like that LFO. You see what it's doing basically, it's just going whoa. The higher it is, the higher the pitch. Let's slow it down. Oh, another LFO wobbling the pitch as well. Is it this one? This one. That's an 1/8. There's a few things going on there. Anyway, so that it's those 2 things, and then it's gone back through that downsampler again for a second time, kind of, and a bit of reverb. But this wave, I'll show you how to make this wave. init preset, go to 0 randomness, 2 unison, and wait, we have to go into global and turn off the stereo. Where is it? No, it's not in there anymore, it's moved. It's in here. Width. So width to 0. If you're on a phone, you might struggle to hear this, but I'm going to put some distortion on it so you can hear it. Hang on. Can you hear that? So that's 2 sound waves phasing with each other. And the speed at which they phase depends on how out of tune it is. Let's put this into a triangle so you can hear it a bit better. So the faster you play it, it plays relative to the pitch you play at, so how fast that phasing goes. So C and an octave below, so half that kind of oscillating phasing speed is half the speed. So that was the basis. That was the original bass I started with on that patch, and then over time, over different projects, I just added different bits to it, like that. Just a sine wave that has sync turned on. Oh, sync. You want sync with the window. On Serum 1 it's called sync window, where it just fades the edges so it doesn't crackle, because that's crackles, that doesn't crackle. Yeah, and you just like get in there, and then in the effects you're then adding distortion, and the flavour of distortion is downsample, and you change the frequency of the downsampling with drive. That's where the yo-yo thing is coming from. I can't remember the exact reason why. So you can see the yo-yo thing visually there. See how there's like a mirror, maybe a little bit there as well, because if we cut all that out, you can still kind of hear it there too, but the other half of the frequencies. Because without the downsample it doesn't do that yo-yo thing, does it? It's probably got everything there, but the downsampling, I think it's because of the aliasing. It bounces frequency, it mirrors frequencies. Dan Worrell, look at Dan Worrell and look at sample on YouTube, the Dan Worrell. It talks about Pro Q3 and distortion in FabFilter, different types of distortion with or without oversampling. Because if you don't have oversampling turned on, you get possibly unwanted harmonics in your distortion. His channel is really cool because it goes into like mad technical depth, nice and simply. Bridson, if you're still with us, use the plugin called Knock. Mate, you need Knock. If anyone has the time, throw something in feedback. Nice. Thanks, James. I will listen to that. That's it. Man, I always wondered how to make that sound. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the downsample thing just adds instant, like, ear candy, doesn't it? It's so good. I think as well, I think I can turn down sampling off in the actual oscillator as well. Yeah, because it has all the distortions in per oscillator. So I can put... Where is it? No, maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Wow. Prodigy. Can't resist. So cool this is. Yeah. But yeah, you could, have this on. And control this is the pitch as well. So got a note, drag it to that. Oh, it's inverse. Oh, it doesn't work. Let's just turn that off for a second, remove, and I'll show you if you want to see, and I also want to see because I always forget how to do it. I'm going to bounce this current sound. Actually, let's add a bit of, let's tune it so it's at C. Something like that, and then a bit of reverb, and I'm going to bounce it. Oh, maybe not. Should put chorus on. Okay. That sound. This sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Yeah. No, put that sound out. Yeah. That's the sound. Let's get rid of this. That sound, right? Now, on this wavetable here, we're going to resample that sound. I think it's the entire output with effects. I'm not too sure if it's with the effects, but we'll find out now. To oscillate C into a new wavetable, brand new, like out of nowhere, like that. See? So now if I just make this loud, turn the effects off. Scan through them. Why does it sound quiet? That's basically the sound that we had. Why does it sound so different? Doesn't sound like this, does it? Why does it sound muffled? Is it filter? Not sure why it sounds like that, but yeah, you can get crazy stuff. You can do crazy stuff once you render stuff to wavetables. Really mad. Put a bit of distortion on it. Let's add some really hard distortion, like overdrive, because you can stack it. How did I learn sound design? By messing, tinkering, over and over, practicing, just messing with synthesizers. Yeah. I never thought it was sound design, but then I learned that it's kind of, that's what it is. Like, that's what producers call sound design, is when you're making sounds. Design is a funny word. I always think design means you know what you're, like if you're a graphic designer, a client tells you what they want and you work with the client. Maybe they don't know exactly what they want, so maybe no one knows what they really want, so maybe it is a good word to use. Yeah, and you just fiddle, don't you? You fiddle and play around and go, oh my god, that's the sound. Yeah, I wanted it to be wobbly. I wanted it to sound like it's a Roscoe tune, but grittier. So that sounds good with a bit of clipping on it. Glass, thank you for following. Paul, thank you. Let's fucking go, Sim2. Yeah, Sim2 is just amazing. Thanks for following, Paul Point. No probs. Not permanent. Russian. Rusko. No way. Well, no, Rusko's amazing. He should make more tunes. What can I do with this? I want to... It's got its own flavour in it. Can we do some craziness? Odd even. This is a new one. I think it does. It change the relationship between, oh, it says Alters the current wavetable based on warp menu selection. That doesn't make sense. But it's added an interesting thing there. So odd harmonics, and they're going down even. I don't know how it's doing that. Thanks for hanging out. Not permanent. Nice to meet you. Have a good one. I better go as well. Oh shit, yeah. Lower the octave. Poor point. Thanks for joining. I don't know whether I should save this wavetable because it kind of needs all this stuff on it. I feel like it should be a certain level of quality before I save it. But I do need to go. I should just save it as something. So presets, user, bass. It needs its own category, this one, because it's like it's a phased bass, and I would call it jungle bass, but either one of those names would do. It's not phaser. Sounds like it's a phaser effect, but it's not. So I've already fucked up. But phaser bass. Just in need of a unique name. Oh yeah, the price is going up, isn't it? Andrew, thank you for following. Yeah, James sent me a thing that I could only listen to on my phone before. It's like some dirty bass that he's made. Clear, it's very clear as well. Against the drums. He knows what he's doing. Do you produce, Paul? Oh, I try to do it every day, but never happens. I just had like 3 days off, and then 1 day on, then 1 day off, and then now back again. It's so inconsistent. I tend not to do Saturdays, but I sometimes do. Oh, nice, Paul. Wicked. We do have a Discord if you want to share stuff. And just let's share tunes on there for feedback or just general kind of carrying on the chat after the stream ends. It's in my bio. I've just refreshed the link today because it only lasts 7 days, the Discord link. Feedback, what I put in. You asked so nicely, James. This will be the final thing I do. So let me just bounce this because this needs. Oh no, I haven't fucking. Oh no. No, it's okay. It's okay. Right. So I'm just going to bounce this and then listen to James' tune on the feedback thing. Let me just save it again. Bounce. And the correct place. Oops. My head's going to hit the sack. Good to be back from what? Good to hear, Paul. Yeah, I always try and do live streams. There are some things I just can't do on live stream. There are sometimes when I mix and destroy stuff, I just need the quietness of just my own brain. When I'm on live, I chat so we all chat so much. It's great. I love it. I get less done, but it's okay. It's all good. We share ideas and inspire each other. It's really good. Right, where are we? Server, Terrapastel server. Wiggle wiggle. Have I heard this one already? Here we go. Right, can everyone hear it? Starts quiet. It's one of these that starts quiet. Sounds like someone tapping on the keyboard. Nice. That's great. Great sounds. Really clear. Yeah. Wiggle wiggle. Do you remember that sound? Wiggle wiggle. Wiggle wiggle. Should just drop that. Just put that before it drops. Yeah, that's slamming 808 right there. And the snare. Yeah, that you've done really well on that. Is that a snare and a clap together? And the little plucky like drum roll thing, the sort of percussion. Hyper toms. Wicked. A lot of layers, yeah. Sounds like one to me. It sounds like a nice. You've got them all working together. Sounds like one big giant entity. Oh. Yeah, love it. Love it. Great sounds. Don't overcook. Silo. The automation, yeah. You got like those little silencers and stuff. Tails. High passing. Lovely. It sounds enormous because it's got those. It's not always full on. It keeps going up. and then back in again. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing it. It will get a heart. Just so I know I've listened to it. It also gets a heart anyway, because it's I heard it with my heart, and my heart said yes. Yeah, keep it up for sure. Right. You'll never get released. Why? Why do you say it will never get released? However, just out of interest, like, it's got to be a good reason. Before I go, you probably forget about it. But I don't know what my solution to that is. I've like forgotten about tunes that I wasn't interested in releasing, and then people have reminded me because I've made videos. I've got clips of them, old clips on TikTok, and people have gone, "I like this bit," and I've been like, "Oh shit, I forgot this tune even existed." I still might release it. Yeah, it's hard to know whether to release everything. You know, like there's like all these side tunes from like I could collect 2 years worth and just put out an album of them. But I don't know if I want to do that, because it's like then you're releasing something that you over those 2 years you didn't want to release them. Now you do. Why do you want to release them now? I'm still trying to answer that question myself. It's easier to release newer stuff because you know it's got like more modern, all your latest skills in it. But you can always update those ones a little bit, can't you, with newer skills if they're worthy, if the underlying idea is really good and it still stands out after 2 years, that old track, and all it needs is your latest drum processing skills, then maybe it is worth releasing. It's hard to know because you've created that memory by listening to that track yourself. No one's heard it, so you're biased, aren't you? Because you've got your own memories associated with it. No one else has yet. It's that kind of like, it's why you need to listen when you listen to an old track you've not listened to for ages. Listen to it as if it's the first time. It's really hard to do. I can be as critical as you would be about anyone else's tune, but then that can mean you would never release it anyway. So fucking hell. Okay. Find it in here to put a small clip on SoundCloud. I should do that. I should be putting small clips on rather than full tunes, and then there's no pressure. Then people can hear what you're doing. You're creating regular posts, you know, because you can have them on your SoundCloud and you can create videos and stories around them. So you've always got people who do follow you and like what you do. I've always got something new every week or so to see and hear, or even every, you know, doing it every day is a bit fucking extreme, but you know, every week or two a new piece of audio appears on your profile and people like to hear it, you know. Like every time you post something, James, I'm like, I want to know, and all the other producers in here are always making loads of really cool stuff, and I always like, whether it be on Discord or Insta. I think the good thing about Insta is if you are wanting to grow your like audience and get new fans and stuff, it's good that all your mates who are interested in your music are following you on there, because then they can like your posts and comment, and that helps boost you a little bit, doesn't it? You know, like I've got a friends group I've been added to groups with friends who have hung around with for ages, and they're giving me feedback for each other on a WhatsApp group, but it's not exactly my kind of 100% my kind of music. I'm just like, why I can't spend time in there, because that's time that I could be on Instagram, like, or TikTok, like liking other people's stuff and coming up with comments, and yeah, interacting with other people who actually are doing my niche of production, doing dubstep and jungle. So I've had to like go, I can't be, as much as I'd love to help people out in that group, it's just too far away from what I'm doing. It's best doing it in the public, because then you can sort of help boost each other a bit just by your natural interactions that you'd have anyway. But with the Discord, the Discord is just kind of like, it's easier for us to share tunes with each other than it is doing it through through Instagram. Yeah, there's no groups on there, so that's why I never wanted to get into Discord until I realised that it's actually pretty good for how we use it. You love your library. Nice. Yeah, can't wait to hear it all, like in a flow, in one continuous kind of like mixtape thing. Use some, yeah. Skills. Pick your favourite bits and put them up. I should do that more, because I've got, I mean, you've heard them all, I think, already on live streams that I've made clips of them and short videos. So they're all kind of out there. And my SoundCloud, fucking, I haven't got any more minutes left without buying it. Again, I can't justify it at the moment, the full price, because I've got two profiles. I can't afford £20 a month for if it paid for itself, that'd be good. It's not have to be the full thing. Black Mirror. I haven't seen that episode. I've seen the first 3 episodes. Was it 3? They're really good. They're really, really good. I wasn't ready for the first episode. It kind of, I forgot how fucking brutal it was. In fact, we've only been able to watch one per night here, because they take it out of us, and we're just like, fucking hell, that's mad. Like, I love it. So we have not seen the one where the guys with the long hair on the trailers. Is that the guy you're talking about? It is, yes. Yeah, WhatsApp. It's not quite the same. You can't have hashtag. I think you can probably have like channels, but it works differently, doesn't it? Discord is just, it just works. It just works well. It's just, we already got it. I've not seen the pig. The pig one. I forgot about the pig one. Oh my god. The pig. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? The Mirror episode, the Black Mirror with the pig, the Prime Minister. It is so brutal. It's so, that one's really fucked up in it, because you don't see him fucking a pig, but you might as well, because everyone's reactions is just like, oh my god, he's actually doing it. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's such a genius writer, and he doesn't direct it anymore, Charlie Brooker. He's got some more experienced director, and I can see the difference now. I can see the difference in directing style. It's definitely somewhat a director with more experience. I can see Charlie Brooker's direction has a way of getting. You can see his sort of like humor come across in the way that he gets the actors to say and move. You can sort of almost see Charlie Brooker's movements in some of the actors when he was doing the directing. Like he's just sort of because he has got he is his, you know, he's an infectious person, isn't he, Charlie Brooker? Just to stand next to him, you might pick up some of his mannerisms a little bit, kind of like that. But obviously, that might not get the. As a director, that might not be what you actually want. You might be wanting a director who can really get you to pull from your deepest part of your emotional center to deliver certain lines so that people are completely engrossed, you know. I'd love to make a film. I always thought, I said this to my wife, said it's like, I always thought I'd love to do, like, be a director, like I always have done. You know, it's like you watch a film and then you're like, oh, I could do that, I want to do that. And it's like the equivalent of wanting to be a DJ. So you just like, you see some DJ and going, oh yeah, I want to do that. I reckon I could do that. Not saying that, you know, I couldn't. It's just to get there, to learn, you know, you can learn DJing over a few months and then get really good at it if you know your tunes and you got good taste. But like learning to read crowds over years, it's like some experience. You need the experience. So same with direct. It'll be the same with directing, won't it? It'll be, you probably have to make quite a few shit films, and fail a lot of times until you get it right. I don't think I've got time to. If I go deaf, rather than instead of painting, I'll probably do directing. Never thought of that before. Anyway. No, Charlie Brooker's the writer. He's the sole writer, I think. Now, he does all the scripts, but the director is someone different now. He used to do writing, directing, and one of those like other roles. I think he just does the writing. I like that. Because, I mean, he's probably there while the filming's going on, because wouldn't a good director want to consult with the writer quite often? Like, the director is good at getting performances out of actors, so the director has to understand what emotion, and the writer knows, the writer's got the vision in his head, or her head, and the director just has it as well, but he just wants, like, bit of clarity. Maybe it is like, maybe writers are kind of, if they're on set, they are like, they might get credited as assistant directors, but maybe he's like, no, you make the choice. I wrote it. If you think she should be, the chin should be going like blubbing, then you do that. Yes, yeah. Glorified project manager job, yeah. I bet it's a lot of fun to do that. But yeah, you have to know, because you as a director, you've got to be part of the like, it's a big job, isn't it? Because you've got to audition the actors, and that's quite hard. That's like picking someone for a job, isn't it? Like project manager, like, or a manager. And because you've got to get it right. You got to pick the right person. You don't want someone who you ask them to deliver a line and they just can't do it quick enough. You know, within, you've got a day to film a particular thing, and they just can't pull off a certain emotion convincingly. You know, you're like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to like look away from your face at this point because you can't do it. Yeah, I love Charlie Brooker. I love examining his style. Um, you know, once you sort of like recognize someone's genius in the creative world, um, and the more work that you see, um, you sort of comparing it to each other, aren't you? And yeah, and to other filmmakers. It's like, uh, what's his name? Eyes Wide Shut, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick. Um, I'm a big fan of Stanley Kubrick. I don't think you've even seen all his films, um, but I love his style. There's just something about the shots and the themes, you know. So there's some mad shit going on. Like less films, but they're all a proper mind head fucks. Like they make you wonder a lot about the film itself. Kubrick is up there for sure. Yeah. Just like, can you imagine? Um, well, yeah, on Clockwork Orange, there's just this scene. There's this scene that always amazed me when I was watching it. That it's after, um, is it after? Is it after the rape scene? I can't remember. Anyway, they're in the old guy's house, and they're just sat there, and it looks like they're sat near a window, and then just out of nowhere, the camera flips to facing it goes behind the actors, and it faces what you thought was a window, and it's just four lights. It's just these really weird four round lights, and you're like, holy shit, he's just given away how he lights a room up to look like it's by a window. It just shit like that. And they're very strange, like 60s lights. They're like really weird, but they're like so bright. They're like, might as well be proper movie lights. Yeah, movie talk. But like, I feel like I've not watched enough films to claim to know that I have any expertise on the subject. But I think something can be, you know, like Kubrick, someone like Kubrick can be so good at what they do that they can show in the art form just with one film, just with one piece of art, the whole fucking thing, what's possible with the art form itself, just through one piece, you know. And I think that's what Charlie Brooker does. Kubrick does it, and there's, yeah, you could say Spielberg. Um, there's probably loads of them out there. They're like original creators, artists. Don't know what. There's probably tons of them. We probably like listen to loads of them in our playlists. Got what? Yeah, just creators. Anyway, endless movie talk. I wish I had enough time to watch all the movies that I haven't watched. Anyway, I wish you both, or all of you, a big thanks. It's been a great stream. I went on for way longer than I thought I would. Uh, what am I going to do tomorrow? Do some more music stuff. Yeah. I wish you a happy Friday. I wonder if I'll be on. I don't know if I will. I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.